And welcome back to the Advent series, and today is December 4th. Halloween week was a bit weird. The day before was like a spring day without a care in the world. You traipsed through the grasses with the birds singing and the sun shining, and everywhere people wore shorts and a t-shirt. I mean, that was the kind of weather you'd expect to see in North Carolina, especially when it came to late October. I remember back in the day, like 20 years ago, that Halloween and the days before and after were warm. The normal was like in the 70s or even 80s, so wearing a costume was downright dreadful. You could try it, but you'd be drenched in sweat by the time the night was over. It contradicted the romantic picture I had in my mind as a kid, where the air was nippy as you ran across the street with your friends to get candy at the next house. The sudden increase in temperature must have made it awful because you had to contend with the workout while wearing nylon and polyester with some rubber in your face as you jiggled your Halloween pail. So, October 30th, 2023 was nothing new under the sun. Well, at least not for me anyway. The following day was a stark contrast. It was cloudy, appropriate as it incurred a sense of dread. And it was surprisingly chilly with the wind blowing through the trees. Now, this was a sight I hadn't seen since 1999, and to me it felt like an old friend was returning after many years of not seeing them. Hello, Autumn Chill. How nice to see you. Where have you been all these years? And the wind would rattle in response as if to say, I'm doing alright. Can't complain. I broke out the sweatpants and PJ pants and the hoodies. At night, the chill creeped into my room, and it felt good, just to know the chill in autumn hadn't gone but returned with a vengeance. Then came November with a chill that wasn't autumnally familiar. It was wintry, in fact. I woke to see the grass covered with a powder that I normally don't see until January. The car windows were encased in a glaze of ice, and thankfully I didn't have to go out and scrape them like I used to years past. But the old comforter that kept the cold at bay was now struggling mightily as the cold clamped down with a vengeance. Maybe this was the climate change everyone kept banding about for months. As Wednesday morphed into Thursday, the weather grew even more bitterly cold to the point where I wondered if we'd skipped November and December altogether and arrived in January. I began to wonder if a parka wasn't called for. And then I remembered I didn't have one. I've been debating the matter for months, but could never find myself ready to hit the Add to Cart button on the Macy's website. That Michael Kors parka and its olive colorway kept calling out to me, and I would draw away, justifying to myself how I didn't need it. But it felt nice to consider that it would be there, sitting in the closet, just taking up space, ready to answer the call of duty, if and when it came. And so Friday was a cold morning. And so the winter had previewed its ugly face. They say it'll snow this year. The first in 2 years here in Charlotte. It would be a welcome, but in truth all we get is ice. And we're never short of ice. I would like to see snow come to Charlotte, but I'm not at all too enthusiastic. It didn't come last year and I didn't bat an eyelid. But one can dream, right? All that's wrong with the world never happened, and all that's right does, at least. That's how we imagine, but the inverse is often the truth. Maybe if the chill, the frost, and the early dip into the near-freezing temperatures are anything to go by, we may well get our wish finally.